I'd like to call the Tuesday, May 6, 2025 Papillion City Council meeting to order. Ms. Brown, would you please take the roll?
Sunday, Mumgard, Gaines, Glover, Fanslaw, Klug, Stube, Engberg.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Do we have an affidavit of publication on file?
We do.
Current copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted in the back of the council chambers. Ms. Powers, Administrator's report, please.
Thank you. Just a couple quick things tonight. Just a reminder that the 2025 Sarpy County Senior Olympics is tomorrow. That's May 7th at 9 a.m. at the Landing Fieldhouse. So if any of you want to stop by tomorrow morning to check out the fun, it's always a really good time. So if any of you want to stop by for that. And then the Papillion Half Marathon, 10K and 5K fun run are also coming up at the Fieldhouse, and that's on May 18th. So the races start and end at the Fieldhouse, and we are still looking for volunteers. So if you know of any community groups that are looking to volunteer or need somewhere to volunteer at, please reach out to Tracy or myself, and we'll get them hooked up with some volunteer opportunities for that. And then last week, Mayor Black, Library Director Matt Kovar, Assistant Library Director Danielle Schultz, and I attended a grant ceremony at Meta's Data Center Administrative Offices, and it was a great ceremony, well put together. The city's digital library was awarded an $8,250 community grant for 15 new iPads and 2 new laptops for the digital library. And this is the first round of replacements for those devices at the digital library, and it's kind of crazy to think that the digital library has been open long enough that we already have to replace that equipment. And it's also amazing to think that the first round was also paid for by Meta. So this community grant, Meta, and having Meta in our community has paid for these great devices and technology at the digital library, both the first round and the second round. So we are very grateful to Meta for being in our community and for the grants. And then there were dozens of local nonprofits throughout Sarpy County that were recognized at that ceremony. So again, a big thank you to them. And then just one more thank you. In honor of this week's Public Service Recognition Week, I just want to take a quick minute to thank all of our City of Papillion employees for everything they do for our community. And they are truly the ones who clean and clear our streets, keep us safe, and get us the help we need, get us the resources we need to exercise our bodies and our minds. They keep us and our kids active. They provide the open spaces and the play equipment, and they make sure our community develops and grows in a sustainable and community-focused way. And they also keep our city government running effectively and efficiently in several different areas. We couldn't be who we are as a great community without them being who they are as great employees. So again, just a thank you to all of our city employees. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Councilman Klug, second by Councilman Engberg. Do you have any proponents or opponents? Any council discussion? Please vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. I do want to note on the consent were 2 appointments. One, Chris Toyton is with us. Chris, if you want to stand up, people don't know you. Chris has been serving on the Planning Commission, and it's time to be reappointed. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, so appreciate everything you've done. If people weren't familiar with Chris, he used to be the CEO of the Metro-wide YMCA, and then moved down to Nashville and was doing YMCA work down there and doing some development, but the heart brought him back here and been a Papillion resident the whole time. So thanks for giving back to the community. And then Joe Hunter, Joe's here. This is a first appointment, and I think everybody knows Joe has been the director of the Papillion Community Foundation. We're a little sad. He's had an opportunity to take a different position, but he's still in Papillion, and now they moved off the Community Foundation, wanted to stay involved in the community, so now moving on to the Planning Commission. So thanks for staying involved. We greatly appreciate it. Item E1, Ordinance 2058, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget. It's a public hearing. I'll open it. Any proponents or opponents? Close the public hearing. Item F1, Ordinance 2057, an ordinance to approve the sale of lots 3 through 8, Block 15 Papillion, and tax lots 2A, 6A 2B, 2A2, and 2A7B, Section 27, Township 14 North, Range 12 East of the 6 p.m., Sarpy County, Nebraska, to Urban Waters LLC. Is there a motion to approve ordinance 2057? Motion by Councilman Fanslow, second by Councilman Ingberg. Any discussion? Please vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. F2, Resolution R250086, a resolution to approve a permanent storm sewer and drainage easement for SID 367, Granite Creek East. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R250086? Motion by Councilman Glover, second by Councilman Klug. Any proponents or opponents? Council discussion. Please vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. F3, Resolution R250088, a resolution to approve a master agreement for communication cable and facilities and public right-of-way with Light Source Communications LLC. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R250088? Motion by Councilman Gaines. Second by Councilwoman Klug. Any proponents or opponents? Is the applicant here? Okay. Any council discussion? Please vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. F4, Resolution R250084, a resolution to approve a 5-year agreement with the Papillion Community Foundation. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R250084?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Councilman Mumgard, second by Councilman Stubbe. Proponents. We've got a lot of the board here, and Joe's here. You guys just want to come up a second, just introduce yourselves, because you guys work behind the scenes. A lot of people may not even know who you are. And as they're coming up, I'll just say, I think there's a long time that the Community Foundation and the city had no formal agreement. And we just kind of figured it out year by year, and depending on who was involved and personalities, we got it done. But I think it was 8 years ago now? No, 10 years ago. 8 to 10 years ago. We figured really to make it a stable, healthy relationship, we should put an MOU together, and we approved that like 5 years ago. I think that was one of the smartest things we did. And we're actually at the time of renewal. So not a lot of changes to the agreement, other than recognizing costs have gone up. So that's reflected in here a little bit. Over time, as we worked on the agreement, we'd find a few things maybe the city paid for outside the agreement. We brought those into the agreement. But really, it's just been a good relationship. So appreciate your guys' leadership.
Yeah, thank you.
Introduce yourselves for those
Sure.
that don't know.
Jacob Besworth, I'm the president of the board. Travis Jacot is our vice president, and Mike Ruskalis is our treasurer. Just thank you all for your continued support. These long-term agreements help us to make good long-term strategic planning as we look to support the city and support the events that make this city so great, especially Papillion Days and Winter Wonderland, both of those hallmark events, as we all call them. So great. And also thank you for your support as you redo the park downtown. That, of course, helps us and put on a bigger and better event every year. So again, just thank you so much for many, many years of continued support. And I don't know if these guys want to say anything.
Well, and just people realize the professionalism we've got on the board. Dr. Mike is a veterinarian with his business in Papillion, so appreciate your investment and bringing your leadership. Jacob's an attorney practicing in Papillion, so appreciate that. And people may know Jacob either because they've dealt with the police in a good way or a bad way, but yeah. He's
I'm barely practicing law, but yeah.
Well, and I said police. You probably got offended by that. He's with the Sarpy County Sheriff, so in leadership there. So. Mr. Mumgard.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna echo everything the mayor said. I'm gonna do it from a different context. I've been on the city council long enough that when I was first appointed to the city council, the foundation didn't exist. There was something called the Papillion Chamber of Commerce, and it struggled and frankly failed. Just had to go away for reality. And they asked that some city councilman be appointed as the city representative to the Chamber of Commerce. Well, since I was the new guy, I got appointed. And I quickly learned about how that background stuff impacts the city. And the Chamber of Commerce then evolved into the Sarpy County Chamber of Commerce, which is now an outstanding organization that represents hundreds of people, and hard for me to envision back when the chamber, for the reality of the cities couldn't have their own Chamber of Commerces, and how the Sarpy came in and made that possible. And then the same thing happened with the Papillion Foundation. There are thousands of people who have minimal contact with the city of Papillion, but show up for Papillion Days, Winter Wonderland, those types of things. And some of those people actually might believe that we're responsible for that and that we're the guys that put this together. Well, that ain't true. You're the guys that put this together. And so I just need to do a shout out that many people have a vision, have a idea about the city of Papillion that is not created by anything we do, other than being smart enough to contract with you guys. It's done by you guys. And so thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to another 5 years.
And I want to do one more shout out to Joe too, because I think every executive director that's come along has matured the organization as well and built the relationship. And I think it's in the healthiest spot it's ever been. The professionalism of the board and what you brought, and Joe in your role. So just thank you and good wishes for your next opportunity that you were given.
Thank you. And Councilman Mumgard, I will say one thing. It'd be remiss without saying a shout out to Tony and his crew. There's no way that we could do it without them, the roads department, the police department, the fire department. We get a lot of city support that isn't the Papillion Community Foundation. It's city workers who really help put this on too, and they do a great job, always there for us. So shout out to them as well.
After all those accolades, are there any opponents? Seeing none, any other council discussion?
Thank you. Thank you.
Please vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you again, and I really want to thank Amber as well. I think it was her leadership with the board that has really solidified that, so thank you. Item F5, Resolution R250092, a resolution to approve the city, county, and city's wastewater agencies fiscal year 2025-2026 budget. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R250092? Motion by Councilman Stubbe, second by Councilman Klug. Any proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. F6, Resolution R250096, a resolution to approve a construction manager agreement with Miko Heaney Contracting for the renovation of Papillion City Park. Is there a motion to approve Resolution R250096? Motion by everybody, I think. Motion by Councilman Klug, second by Councilman Engberg. Any proponents? Is the representatives here? Thanks for coming, and thanks for your involvement. Greatly appreciate it. Any opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. We were mentioning Papillion Days. Maybe the last event of Papillion Days will actually be the groundbreaking and make it part of the ceremony. So thank you. We're looking forward to working with you. Appreciate it. It's all the regular agenda items. The Audit Ad Hoc Committee I've met, I believe. Mr. Ingberg.
Thank you, Mayor. The Audit Ad Hoc Committee met this evening before the council meeting to take a look at the request for proposals for auditing. After we made some very minor changes regarding dates and so forth, the May 20th council meeting, there'll be the RFP will be presented to the council for their review, and then in July, the committee will meet again and to review the applications that come back. People that do the request for proposal is submitted back to the city, and hopefully August 5th, the contract proposal will come back for the folks to do our audit. So that's where we're at. That's all I have to report.
Appreciate it. Thank you. No other committees have met. Any comments from the floor? Seeing none. Any council comments? Last couple of weeks, wastewater agency met. The main thing there was the budget, approving that, and we approved that tonight. There is some updates being done, looking at the growth management plan and a few other things that probably, I'm going to guess, maybe 3-4 months from now will come in front of the board to review. Then Sarpy Crime Stoppers had their awards luncheon. Numbers went to that. The Arbor Day celebration with the city was planting some more trees out of Prairie Queen at the Memorial Forest. And then we began getting a small group together internally to talk about downtown parking. We know as things are getting more viable downtown, it's a few nights that it might look like it's a little tough to get some parking. And so we've been working on an internal parking study, and we'll be sharing that with the council once we put those details together and some plans that we're thinking about. We attended the Meta Grant ceremony. Again, the library got a grant for the Papillion Landing. And then they had an employee appreciation luncheon, which was well attended. Appreciate that. And then met with Joe Hunter about the Planning Commission appointment. Did an orientation for him with Travis. And then Mr. Fanslow and I attended a groundbreaking ceremony on Sunday for Southridge Church. They've been in Papillion or Sarpy for about 16 years, and they're building a building in the Eagles, where the old airport used to be, right in that area. So they had their groundbreaking. Any other council comments? If not, is there a motion to? Oh yes, Ms. Klug.
I just wanted to say thank you to Mike Kleffner and his team. The Titan Band was doing some more things this last weekend, and Mike made it able for them to do their event more safely by providing city cones. And you know, it's those little things that really start to grab the attention of people when they pull in, and this happened to be a plant sale, and there were all the City of Papillion cones sitting there. And it gets noticed. There's comments in that. So the band just really wanted to say thank you to Mike and his team for making it happen and keeping everybody safe.
And as long as you mentioned Mike, social media went out today about the pavement management plan. I think people really appreciate how we've been doing that, but it can also be disruptive in certain areas. So the area focus this year is going to be 84th to 96th Lincoln to Schramm, and the northern half of that is pavement repair, and the southern half is the U-Boss. Did I get that right? Pretty close. Or something like that. So just kind of an awareness, that's the part of town that'll have the pavement management plan, but we'll do the same thing and really try to stay proactive on communication. Mr. Mumgard.
Well, I just want to build on that. I read the paper and I hear that there's an election to that city up to the north, election for the mayors, and one of the big items there is the quality of the streets. And of course they're having their differing opinions about the quality of the streets. Of course, I drove through that city today, and of course, one of the things you do is you look to dodge the inevitable potholes. And then I come down here, and the street system, that pavement redoing of the streets that we set up several years ago, there's no longer any debate about it. I hear the debate in other cities about improving their streets. We don't have any debate. We just have good streets. And so when I drive through that other city, I'm constantly reminded of, boy, that was a good decision that the city council and the mayor made.
It's not cheap, but thank you for that. Any other council comments? If not, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman Glover. Second by Councilman Gaines. Please vote.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
We are adjourned.